switch off at the weekends, although I find it easier to target entrepreneurs at the weekend, which is interesting, but multinationals do not work on the weekends. So we expect to target multinationals, it doesn't work on the weekends, but it does work if you target entrepreneurs. So I get my best results on a Saturday. Because entrepreneurs like you and I are working on Saturdays, multinational guys paid by ANZ or Air New Zealand are not working on Saturdays. Yes?
So that half hour,
yes.
within that time,
yes.
You should be looking at posting, commenting,
yep.
sharing.
Yep, correct. And connecting. So personalise your connection with relevant people, accept people who are relevant to you, so a nice little note saying thanks for the connection, how can we do business, how can we work together, post interesting content, write interesting content. It might take you a bit longer to write a blog, but if you have a book, take some chapters out of the book, and then post that, and then relate it back to your book. That's often the way of doing it. We do that for lots of clients. We have lots of clients who are authors, who have great books, but don't like to put any of the content on LinkedIn. So we help them take the content from their book, put it on LinkedIn, and promote the book. Because you promote the book through the simplest way possible, content marketing. That's the ultimate way of content marketing, so it's phenomenal. But yeah, I'd say half an hour. And if you do it on the app, there's no excuse because the app is so user-friendly. Do it on the app, just share, like, comment. You know, if you share this, for example, and the rest of the team share it, I will share it. You know, it's all about sharing. And it's so easy to... And people buy people. My final tip that you can go for lunch is people buy people. And nothing demonstrates this more than Elon Musk. Because people are throwing billions of dollars at him. He's selling flamethrowers, and he's selling ball bearings and t-shirts, and he can sell chairs. If I said boring company on this, I can sell chairs for this. Phenomenal. But people are buying people. That's the same on LinkedIn. It's about social selling. Everyone has a social selling index. So mine's obviously the best in the whole of Asia, as you would expect. But LinkedIn actually... I'm going to employ you as my official cheerleader. You need black pom-poms. So LinkedIn actually help you with the metrics. You can go on there, look at LinkedIn, look at your social selling index, your metrics come up, it says establish your personal brand, helps you do that. It's all about how you then use that and how you're relevant to your industry. Now, LinkedIn also tells you if you're active on LinkedIn. So this is really, really useful because you can tell these guys have this little symbol now that says they're actually active. So it means if you talk to them, you know that they are there, they can't escape you. And if they don't want to respond, it's because they don't like you, not because they don't want to talk to you. So it's very useful, whereas this guy here was on the mobile about 38 minutes ago, so it's less relevant. If you target him, he may not be back on again for a few hours the next day. So it does really help you, and to have these little green symbols now to help you out there, which is really, really useful. But there are basically 11 different ways that you can message people on LinkedIn to find new business. And we all want new business in some way, maybe it's sponsorships, maybe more events, maybe it's more speaking engagements. Now, one of my favourite ones is who viewed your profile. Yeah. So if you do all this effort, you optimise your profile and your content marketing, you get people to come to you, then it's easy sell. I can then go through all the people who looked at my profile the last couple of hours and say, hey Stephen, thanks very much for viewing my profile, how can I help you? And it's an easy sell because I'm not selling hard to him. He's already viewed my profile, he's already engaged because I've come up in a search somewhere, or the content's come up, or something's made him go to my profile. He's seen my profile, seen my keywords, seen my brand positioning, seen me at a talk. He's come to me. It's an easier sell. The second one is invitations. Invitations get round. You haven't need have a premium account. You don't need a premium account to send invitations out, but you can still put a selling message in there. If you have 250 characters, you can put a sales message. And LinkedIn don't know this. Well, they may not know this, but they haven't shut this down yet. You can have a whole conversation on invitation. So Walter here, I had a conversation with him on an invitation, even though it was a second connection. So I shouldn't be able to talk to him, but through invitations you can, so it's a hack and it works. The third one is obviously LinkedIn Sales Navigator. If you are serious about lead generation, as I am, most of my clients are, you need Sales Navigator. It will transform your life, because you can basically use all the data I just showed you to find clients anywhere in the world. And we use them to find clients everywhere, in Auckland, in Sydney, in Shanghai, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Zurich, in London, wherever. And they basically set up searches. So the searches are very much about who you want to target. So I can tell, for example, that I've got in Auckland, I've got, for example, 6 new leads of CEOs and owners of companies 1 to 200. Because I connect with you, I get access to your first connections, they become my second connections. If they happen to be a CEO in Auckland, LinkedIn tell me I have a new lead. Which is brilliant, so they send a message to that particular person and say, hey, how can I help you with your LinkedIn marketing or your personal branding? So it works phenomenally well, but it's all about connecting and using the data, and then following up by using the target lists, and obviously reaching out to these people. And then Sales Navigator breaks down the data even more. So I can tell people who post on LinkedIn. phenomenally important because they're posting on LinkedIn, they're more active, they're more engaging, they're more likely to actually come up to you and actually say they will do business with you or actually respond to something. So think about that. If there also happen to be a premium membership badge there, they're paying for the service. So they're more likely to respond. They also happen to be an open profile, which is this badge there. They've actually ticked the box which says, please contact me. And that's my other favourite one, is the open profile. So you can save people as leads as well on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, so you can follow their content. So for example, I can see my leads, I can see my lead news. And I can congratulate people or engage people if they're on the news. I can then see them change their jobs and congratulate them. I can then see, more importantly, my lead shares. Because if I like, share, comment on someone shared by one of my leads, they get notification saying, Chris has liked, Chris has commented, Chris has shared. So I'm selling but not selling. I still have my 500 recommendations up there, so they know, Mark knows, oh, Chris has liked my stuff, I've always got 500 recommendations. Next time Mark wants to have a LinkedIn trainer or LinkedIn masterclass instructor or someone to do their LinkedIn for Harley Davidson, he's going to come to us. Because subliminally, we're liking, sharing his stuff. He will know we're connected to LinkedIn, we're associated with LinkedIn. And he's going to go with the best person to do with LinkedIn, which he knows I've got 500 recommendations, so he's going to go with us. So it's a social selling way of doing it without actually selling. It's more subtle than that. The fourth one is my favourite one. Open profile on LinkedIn means that you can contact anybody. You can change your parameters to be open profile as long as you have Sales Navigator. Now, if you have a great idea, you need a few $1 billion to fund it, you should talk to Eduardo. Everyone knows who Eduardo is? He's the co-founder of Facebook. Now, he's living in Singapore, tax-free. He didn't like the American tax rates. So he left America, came to Singapore, but the condition was Singapore does not charge him any tax, but he has to invest in businesses. So, you can actually find Eduardo on LinkedIn and send him a message for free. And he will consider your proposal, I'm chucking it a bit. No, he'll consider your proposal and say, yes, I must spend billions of dollars on your great idea. But you can target him for free on LinkedIn. A billionaire living in Singapore, co-founder of Facebook. Whereas Darius here is not open profile. So, he is, he's got a little symbol in there. He isn't. Now you can only tell this on Sales Navigator. It's one of the USPs of Sales Navigator. But if I want to target Darius, I have to use an email credit. And I only get 30 emails a month. Yeah. So, do I use it? If I've used that, what happens? If I try and invite him, if I've already tried to invite him, and he said no, or he hasn't accepted, I can't do it a second time. So I can't contact Darius, but I can contact Eduardo. Now, Eduardo's got lots more money than Darius, so it's probably better to target Darius at Eduardo anyway. But it's a good hack to actually look at. So, in summary, you'd be glad to know if you go for lunch. Has everyone seen the film Gladiator?
Yes.
Yes. So, what the end of Gladiator? When Maximus was coming back and causing mayhem, the evil emperor said in his words, I can't just kill Gladiator. I can't kill Maximus. I need to kill his reputation. And he knew he basically had to destroy him on the battlefield. And obviously he lost. But it was all about his reputation. Your personal brand lives beyond LinkedIn, lives beyond having personal interactions. That's so key. And I know that from painful experience. When I first came to Singapore, I made a phenomenal mistake. I wrote a blog about Singaporean taxi drivers, which was not made welcome to the community of Singapore, and I was fired. So I was in Singapore a couple of years, didn't know anything, I got fired because of it. And I was on the front page of a tabloid, and I was almost kicked out of the country. So I learned a very painful lesson about what not to do in Singapore. But I rebuilt the reputation. I built it through LinkedIn and through giving and doing talks and so forth. And then 5 years later, to the day, I was on the front page of a tabloid. I was in the Business Times about an example about what to do. And the best example in Singapore about LinkedIn. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't look after my reputation, my personal brand, which enabled me to get 500 recommendations for our work. And if you are interested in actually having your profiles managed, we have 20 people in Singapore who manage profiles across the world, including here in Auckland and in Sydney, Shanghai, Hong Kong, doesn't matter. It's on LinkedIn. We can manage profiles everywhere. We write content for you. We curate content. We do your Sales Navigator. Because believe me, Sales Navigator, you don't do it yourself. It takes a long time to do Sales Navigator. That doesn't take half an hour a day. That takes hours. But we do it for you. We do every single thing, including your company page and your employer branding. So we have a team ready to do that. And if you have liked my talk, then please do go to my page and recommend me as well. Because I like recommendations, and it's a good way of you giving back to me and I giving back to you. So thank you very much for listening.